Bird gang. This your boy Hyphen Jersey. You're tuning to Hyphen Eagles. You already know, man. It's about to be about that time. The Philadelphia Eagles, the New York Giants. This the first time they're gonna meet, so you already know how it's gonna be. Like it's one of those type of games. You know, we shouldn't look bad right now going to play them the first time, but I think that's not even gonna matter because we always dominate the Giants, but you know how we rival games and how these divisional games it can get out of hand. So hopefully we can stay focused, put the past behind us and like just like they say, like Hurt say, keep the main thing. Like, excuse first I'm gonna say excuse me my voice like this. I just came over for being a little sick a little bit. So I'm gonna try to push them because I'm excited for this game because I'm excited for what we gonna try to do. Like my main focus is that offense, man. We gotta dial in something. Brian Johnson, he have not been really looking that good. You already know how he been looking, and I mean, like in his last press conference, he kind of make me a little bit more worried, like what he was saying and stuff. I know a lot of fans they was picking on it too, like he's still trying to get explosive offenses. Like we not why you trying to get explosive plays? Like we ain't ran about forcing. That's been the issue since the season started is trying to force those deep balls down the field. Like we gotta really like stay focused and worry about like they used to say when the win is not became the main thing to do. Like like when is the main thing. Like no matter how good you, it's not about you trying to. You ain't getting no style points. It ain't no style points and nothing. We is just trying to win. Like so we gotta maintain like just getting those check downs and moving the ball and get the running play, getting the game going on and everything. Like we gotta actually just worried about getting first downs, like, and keep the chains moving. Like we can't be forcing things down the field trying to make something happen. Not just fill the defense out. Like let's see what they trying to do. Like get that rhythm going on. Like we ain't trying to force it. If it open up because we not how we used to be. And the one thing I keep saying, I keep talking about is like in the beginning of the season, they talking about is trying to find an identity, like trying to find an image. Why is you trying to find an image? We had an image from last year. Like what we did last year worked. So why is you going away from it? Like, oh, we trying to find an identity. We trying to find an image. Like what image? We had an image. We was a running team. Like we put in place to run the ball, like to open up those big plays down the field. Like so that was the image. I mean, yeah, stick to it. I understand to make it better, but at the same time, trying to go away from it, that was the issue. Like, and I feel like Brian Johnson just been the bigger part about the big part of it. And I know like a lot of people feel like with Nick Sirianni and everything, and I get it too, because he's the head coach. He gotta really like, enforce this and put his coaches in the place too, though. But these coaches got a job themselves. Like, Brian Johnson got to do his job. He got to go out there and call these plays on the right moments. Like, and like I know the last game, it wasn't. I won't blame him so much in a sense. Like I said before, it's because it was plays there, but it was just a lot of just mistakes. Like, Hurts got to protect the ball. He got to like you know that's the main thing. Like, no forcing it, just protect it. We ain't trying to give them easy points while we trying to make it in that end zone. Like, that when we get in the red zone, that's what we trying to focus on to get touchdowns. Like, so don't turn the ball over like and making things more harder than what it really is. So he got to protect it a little bit more better. But I feel like they're gonna do it this game. I mean, playing the Giants is a good warm up and a good time to get back to just playing the game and getting back to the who we really truly is of a team and a running game. Just trying to fill those plays back out. So when we get into the playoff, we got a rhythm, like So I feel like it's a good matchup for us, like just to find ourselves back into what we used to do, and I feel like they'll do it. Like What's his DeVito, the quarterback for the Giants. Like, I didn't really focus on his games. I know I saw a few little good balls that he threw, but I didn't really focus on how good he is. So I don't know. I just know he's a new backup guy, quarterback that just coming in, and we shouldn't lose from him because he's just trying to get his experience. Like, we ain't trying to lose from a quarterback that's trying to get his experience. Like, you know, we gotta come in. The defense have no excuse in this game. They gotta Mac Patricia gotta really dial in something, put that pressure on them. Don't like don't be don't be scared to be a physical, and I don't know if Bradbury is going to be in the game or not. I didn't really see the injuries at the last minute. Excuse me on that, but I hope not. I hope they try somebody, give somebody else a chance. It just what we got to lose. He ain't doing nothing. Like, he's not looking good. So who else come in? It wouldn't be this. It would be the same to me. Like, he's playing like a rookie. So no, it's not a loss for us to sit Bradbury down. That's how I feel. Like, if you disagree with that, then cool, I understand. But I feel like it's no loss. Like, so let's try somebody, give them a chance. Maybe they'd be better. Like, if they not, it's not nothing. We ain't losing nothing. So that's just how I feel about it, because he costing us too much, and we don't have no help in the back to give him no help. Like, we don't have that. And I feel like that's what's really his main success on last season, is because we had C.J. Gardner Johnson back there, and I think that gave him a help to enough that defense couldn't really, pass the ball over him that much, because he had that help. And now that they could do it, and he can't D his man, and he getting like he's just getting scorched out there. Like, they just running past him. Like, he's D'ing up close, and he ain't putting no hands on nobody. Like, I'm like, yo, if you're gonna be up close, cool, because we want you to get physical on the line, but put hands on them. Like, what is you doing? Why did you why I don't? It just don't make no sense. Why get up close and just let them pass you? Like, especially if you playing a receivers that quick, because that's what they was doing. He was doing with when we played the Dolphins with Tyreek Hill all through the game. Like, he getting up close on them, and you not even bumping them. Like, he's too quick for that. You can't do that. You might as well play back. Like, if you ain't gonna put no hands on them, like, and that's, I don't know where his mindset be at, and when he be in the game. But his success came last year to me because he had help. Now we don't got those safeties like that. I mean, Reed Blankenship is pretty good. I know we got Sidney Brown. He be having his games and all that, and sometimes Reed Blankenship can be messing up, and so he is inconsistent, and I just hope on this game, Matt Patricia down low. We saw some good defense on the last game with the Seahawks of what he did. And I know they start letting off, and he I feel like even though Bradbury got scorched on that play, but he shouldn't have played it single high, but that was that one mistake that it came at a crucial time instead of through the whole game. I think he did pretty good, better. Hopefully he'll dial in something more better in this game playing the Giants. And the offense is the main focus. Like, they gotta go in, and they gotta when we get in the red zone, we can't be we can't be playing around. Like, we have to score. Like, he got to dial in. No quarterback draws in the red zone no more. Like, none of this wide receiver screens, back and forth type plays. Like, yo, when we get in that red zone, get creative, man. Like, it was a video that they're not used to. They played the other day. I think I looked at it, and it was like, we got in the red zone. I think it was last year or 2 years ago. I'm not sure, but we got in the red zone, and Lane Johnson, like, it was a Lane Johnson play onto the rollout to the right, and we got, I forget what team we was playing, and it could have been a Cowboys or something. I'm not sure, but we got in the red zone, and Lane Johnson blocked for a little bit. Then he rolled out to the right into the end zone. We passed it to him. We passed it to Lane Johnson. Like, that's a little quick little plays that they're a little creative. Like, we they you catching the defense off their toes. Like they wouldn't expect that type of play because they don't expect him to catch the ball that many times. Like, so it's a little bit of unexpected type of play you throw out there. That's being creative and throwing out plays that's defense gotta pick up on. Like, and we don't do nothing. I just feel like our plays would just be standard. Like, it just be he's on a shotgun and he's dropping back and like we do running plays, but it be standard running plays to the outside or maybe sometimes between the tackles or whatever. Like, I'm like, yo, we don't do enough of motion plays. We don't do enough of like the RPOs last year. Like, I'm not saying like it's only about the RPOs, but the thing about the RPOs that we used to do last season and how we did it, like perfective, like it's because of we got the running game going and we threw out the RPOs on the right specific time when we've been running the ball. Like, and that's how you get them. Because if I understand sometimes the running game doesn't work and sometimes you gotta pass. Like, sometimes the offensive line, how they been looking these past few weeks. No, they not really blocking as well. Like, and sometimes that do happen. But that's the reason why, like I always say, going back to the Dolphins game again, and like that game where both teams were struggling to run the ball in the beginning. Like, they was struggling trying to get the running game going on. But I feel like what made us successful, like, and I say this, I speak this story a lot of times because it's just self-explanatory. Like, but yeah, the one thing that made us successful is that we didn't go away from the running game. Like, we kept running the ball, and that opened up a lot of the passing plays that opened up. We wasn't getting a running game going on either, but we kept at it, and then we got some good big plays off of it. But it just opened up a lot. Like, and I feel that Brian Johnson starting to get one dimensional. Like, when we don't get the running game going on. Like, when we getting stopped, we just start passing the ball, passing the ball. Like, yo, like, no, you can't force it like that, because now they gonna expect it, and then ain't nothing gonna open up. Hurts is going like want to play hero. He wanna because he got good legs, he do, but now he's running and he's getting hurt or he forcing plays because he's trying to make something happen. And it's like, I know at those type of moments he got to be a leadership and he got to be head, which he has. It's just sometimes, like, sometimes that could get away from him a little bit, and we got to get back into being that level headed like how he used to be. When when you having those rough times, just throw it away or make positive yardage out of nothing. Like, it might not be a lot, but it'd be like 3 yards, like, instead of taking a sack. Just stay in control of the game, like, and but I do understand those throwing out these type of plays be throwing out is not don't make it no easy for no quarterback. Like, it just mess up rhythms and it messes momentums with drives. You can't find yourself in that type of zone that you want to be because it's just not flowing the way that you expect it. So it's not easy, like, to deal with that. So we got to start calling out these right plays for our offense. We have players. We have our receivers. We got running backs. Like, we have a good offensive line. We have a good offense. Like, the quarterback. You been an MVP of caliber. Like, we went to the Super Bowl, so you already know how it is. Like, we just gotta stay focused and just do our check downs, get first downs, march down the field. We don't need to rush down the field. Control the time of possession and win this game. Like, it don't matter how it looks, as long as we win and we score in a touchdown, we get in the red zone. Like, we gotta just stay in control, no force, nothing. But it's up to what they gonna do. It's up to what they mind is. Like I said, I didn't really like the Brian Johnson conference or what he was talking about more explosive plays. Like, and I'm like, yo, we don't need that. We really doesn't need explosive plays, not at all. We've been trying to do that. It is not working. They on that. Like, all we just trying to is create a rhythm and stay controller of third down, meaning don't make third third and short become third and long. Like, we got to stay in a third and short, at least a third and short uh type of situation so we can convert and keep moving the chains and get into the red zone and dial in some creative, whatever you got in that playbook, dial in something creative to score into that red zone. Like, don't be standard and doing the same old type of plays that have not been working. Like, if it don't work, why keep trying it? Like, we gotta try other things until that could open up so it could work. But starting out how we keep starting out the same way, passing it, dropping back and doing all this other type of stuff, like wide receiving screens and quarterback draws, like it just, yo, they predicting that. Like, I don't know if you watched the Christian McCaffrey when he was on the Manning brothers pod when we was watching the game. He told him to call out the plays and he called it out. He was like, yo, quarterback draw. Next thing we do, quarterback draw. Like, it was like, yo, like they know what it's gonna be. Like, so come on, like we gotta dial in something creative. We gotta dial in something like, new. We gotta show some difference. You can't like you can't go in there not expecting a change. Like, we gotta change it up. It's not working. Like, you know, and I feel like we just got to go back into the running game, man. We got to get back into that. We got to start getting our running game going on, like, and I know one thing, Hurts is definitely is not as healthy how he was, how he used to. um, his knee is definitely not all that, but he still got it's still healthy enough to move and get out the pocket and to make positive yardage. Like, it's no excuse to be going backwards. Like, we got to stay disciplined. Jason Kelsey, I mean, like, yo, with the type of the full starts plays that he been getting called on, I mean, the last one you could probably argue that when him moving the ball up, yeah, you can't move dealing with the placement of the ball because you can move the defense back. So I could be honest, I could understand that to an extent, but. Mostly all these other ones, like it was just to me, like it was kind of like ticky tack. Like, it's like, yo, you calling these four starts on him just because he's not a statue. Like how cannot you like that's what anybody. I'm not saying nobody else don't get those type of calls either, but it's just that call is just don't it's just stupid to me. Like, if they call that on any center, not just Jason Kelsey, any center, like that's like stupid. Like they got you going to move just a little bit. Like, if you got to be a statue and that's the part of the rules, then like my hats off to those linemen because I'm sorry, I'll probably be moving like I'll probably it'll probably look like I got a problem or something, like, because I can't stay still like that, like, but I guess I don't know, but yeah, those four starts was like I didn't agree with it. Like, I don't know if everybody else agreed with it or not, um, but that last one, yeah, just try to keep the ball, whatever is at Jason Kelsey. I know, like you're a veteran, that won't even happen again. But we gotta just those type of mistakes on the line, like no penalties. We just gotta stay disciplined. Like, no ugly game, no turnovers. We gotta protect the ball and yo, the offense, like we can't go in this game expecting the defense. The offense take over, like score, like we got to score. So I'm about to get ready to get set up to watch the game. I'm gonna try to do a play by play with me and my boy. But I gotta see if I'll get everything set up. So that's what we plan on do. If I don't join, he probably most likely gonna do it. So like, yo, I can't wait. We gonna see. Like, my score, I'm gonna give like a score prediction before I get off. Like, I'm gonna say, like, you know, even though my score been off because how we've been losing for the 3 weeks, like, but I'm gonna try to see if I can redeem myself with a right one. I feel like the score gonna be like at least 30, 31 to 20, like 31 to 20. Like I say that 31 Eagles, 20 Giants. Just because there's I ain't hear enough with this rookie on the Giants, the quarterback, DeVito, I guess that's his name. But I'm not gonna say he's not gonna score because I'm not gonna say he don't have no talent and skills. Like I just gotta need more. I need to see a little bit more from him. So I feel like we'll score in our defense. I have hope that they do well enough, good enough. So all I'm just waiting to see what we gonna do, man. Like for the last these three losses that's been unexpected. I don't know how we gonna retaliate. I don't know what these coaches' mindset is. And it's not because the players, it's really because of the coaches. Maybe on the defensive side, it's a little because the players, but just the coaches gotta they gotta dial in something So I don't know what their heads at this time. So I'm just hoping at this moment that they'll call a right game and and lead us to a victory like for these last three games of the season. So I'm gonna get back with another video. I just wanted to talk about it a little bit before we get in or before it start. So just stay tuned. You know, this your boy Finn Jervs and all the Eagles fan, hopefully we get that win. Bird game. I'm out.